So here we are, kind of wrapping up our journey together through this course, and I wanted to take a moment to kind of wrap up our discussion from this week, and really kind of wrap the course up in general. Let you guys know, just go over some of the things you still need to be completed for this course, and kind of go from there. So it's been a long ride, but we are nearing the end here. So there's light at the end of that tunnel. So hang in there. You guys can do this. So first thing, kind of looking through at the discussions, and I have my notes here on my screen. From what I was looking at, a lot of you guys talked about just that integration piece. So, what have you learned in this course? What can you take back? Is that integrating technology? And obviously, I'm a technology nut. I always want to see it in there. I encourage my teachers to use it all the time. But I will be the first one to say the whole square peg round hole thing. If it doesn't fit, don't use it. Don't just plug in the technology just to say you're using technology. The kids won't enjoy it and they won't want to do it. But think of those things you've learned in this class, about those projects you already do in your class, or things you've thought about from when you become a teacher. Think about, man, is there anything we've looked at in this class that maybe I could use that for part or all of that project? Kind of going along with that, a lot of you talked about comfort zones, and yeah, it's tough. It is hard to take something that is tried and true. You've done it, and the kids create a poster, they create a trifold. It's worked year after year after year. Why would I change that? Well, part of the reason is, if we want to give these kids a 21st century education and show them what's out there, well, that might be the reason we want to go ahead and step it up and say, hey, you know what, we're going to incorporate some technology into this. And don't be fooled. One of my biggest things is with a lot of people are going one-to-one. Some of you have mentioned you're in a one-to-one environment. You're very fortunate. I would argue that it's much harder to teach in a one-to-one environment than not. Some people think that when you hand the kids a Chromebook or a MacBook or an iPad, that, well, this is going to be easy now. I mean, they have a device. So really, I can just kind of sit back because that device is going to do a lot of the work. In fact, it's the exact opposite. You have to step up your game even way more than ever before, because guess what? Now they have a device with the internet in front of them. It's very easy that could be more entertaining than what you're doing in front of the classroom. So in a one-to-one environment, I think it's more important than ever that we create these engaging lessons that force kids to think critically. So that's kind of where I think of, if you are getting into a one-to-one environment, or you're going to go check out the Chromebook cart in your school, make sure to look at that lesson plan. Make sure you're not taking it as just moving that worksheet to a computer. Make sure it's something, going through that SAMR model again, make sure it's something above the line that those kids are going to be challenged to do. A lot of people talked about the Google Apps, and just people, I know there were some comments on there like, I knew Google Drive and I knew Google Calendar, but oh my gosh, I had no idea about just all the different things that Google has to offer. Google's really banking on education, and you and I are all benefiting from that right now. It's free. They're making some things that just make collaboration so easy. So it's been really cool to see and be part of that. So I encourage you guys to stick with all that stuff. Try some of the things out. Not everything's going to work. I promise you that. You're going to have technology fail on you. You're going to have a project that doesn't work. That's okay. That's part of it. Some of my best evaluations of teachers in my building are when things don't go as planned. It doesn't mean the teacher didn't try. It just means, hey, let's see what could we do differently next time. So always stay optimistic in those things, and get out there and try. So rest of class. What does the rest of the class look like? So I got some notes here because I want to make sure I tell you guys just what's going on. Google Tools, I'm finishing up grading those, so I will have those in here in a little while. So you should be seeing some grades on those. By the way, they look great. Good job on the Google Tools projects. Awesome. So the upcoming stuff that still has to get turned in. The Digo project is due December 11th. The teacher website, your teacher website's also due December 11th. And then I have two things, the e-portfolio and the standard 6. Remember, that's that one you may or may not have to do depending on if you've done it before and where you are in your program. The e-portfolio and that standard, those are both due on December 14th. I pushed those back as far as I could. And so that December 14th date, that is the date I need everything in. So, you know, if something's happening and you need to talk to me one-on-one about pushing something back, that's fine. We just can't go really past December 14th. Need those things in. Go ahead and make sure you're turning them in. You know, if you're at all concerned about where to turn them in, there's generally in the assignments, there will be a turn in there. You can post a link. And then the other one, especially for Digo and the teacher website, go ahead and post them in that discussion forum where you posted your Google Tools, just so I can find them, because I can go searching for those things, and so I can find those links. Make sure if anything is in terms of Google and you're giving me a link, make sure link sharing is turned on. I've run into that a couple different times. The Digo should be open already. You just might have to grab the shareable link for those outliners. But last thought, thank you for making this a great class. I was very impressed week after week of your discussions. You guys never slacked on the discussions. I never saw any drive-by commenting. You guys were on it. You have been on time with everything. Your projects have been great. Really, some people were spurring some good discussions. You know, some things we did agree with, didn't agree with. I loved it. I thought it was great for everybody. So I was very encouraged knowing that you guys are going to be teaching our kids here in the future, now, tomorrow, because I know those kids are going to get some pretty intriguing and difficult projects thrown their way with all these Google tools and everything. So again, thank you for your hard work in this course. Make sure you guys get everything turned in, and if you need anything, just holler. I will be happy to help you in any way I can. That goes for even after this course is done. You guys have my Twitter handle. You can find me there. Shoot me an email, whatever. If there's anything in the future I can do for you, just let me know.